Hello everyone, welcome to Commerce Academy. In today's video, let's discuss the second situation of payback period, that is uneven cash inflow case questions. Okay, let's look at the question number 1. Okay, a project requires cash outflow of rupees 20,000 and generates cash inflow of 8,000, 7,000, 4,000, 3,000 during the next 4 years. Calculate the PBP. In the payback period video of even cash flows, okay, I have explained how to recognize when there is even cash flows and uneven cash flows. Okay, if you haven't watched that video yet, then please go and watch that. Okay, that's my humble request, I can say. Now let's solve this question. Okay, first write the heading determination of payback period. Then second, what you have to write is write down draw a table, but before drawing a table, write cash outflows rupees 20,000. Reason I'll tell you. Okay, just write cash outflows 20,000, then draw a table. Here it's given for 4 years, means this is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Okay, so in first column you have to write year 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, cash inflows is given, so directly take the values 8,000, 7,000, 4,000, 3,000. Now, the most important thing in this type of question is, for this uneven cash inflow case questions, you have to take cumulative cash inflows. I hope you have taken cumulative frequency in statistics, F and CF, right? Cumulative frequency. How we used to find that? If there is 8,000, we used to take 8,000 as it is, then you have to add like this, right? In this manner, you used to add this, right? Similarly, here also you have to follow the same, no difference, but you have to be alert in this case. Okay, but like statistics only, I agree, but you have to ensure that the cumulative value should not exceed 20,000. Okay, the cumulative value, whatever the value which is coming here, it shouldn't exceed 20,000. That you have to ensure. Okay, now while solving the question, you will be able to understand what I am saying. Okay, let's solve this. You have understood up to here, right? Now let's solve. Let's take the cumulative value. Okay, first thing is 8,000. Similarly, we are taking it as 8,000. Okay, 8,000 we have taken. Now you have to add 8,000 and 7,000. This value. Okay, this value you have to add 8,000 and 7,000, right? So that will be 15,000. Next, this you have to add 15,000 and 4,000. Okay, you have to add 15,000 and 4,000. That will come up to 19,000. Now, be aware. Okay, now if I add 19,000 and 3,000, okay, now if I add 19,000 and 3,000, it will exceed 20,000, right? So when the sum is increasing, exceeds 20,000, then in that case I have to stop the calculation, have to put a dash here. Okay, that you have to ensure. When the cumulative value, okay, is exceeding 20,000, then you have to put a dash there. See, if I add 19,000 and 3,000, the sum will be more than 20,000. Am I right? So so I am putting a dash here. Okay, I hope you are clear with this. Now what you have to do is, so this is the reason why I am writing cash outflows on the top, so that you can relate to it and stop the cumulative cash inflows, okay, according to it itself, so that you don't get confused. Okay, so that is the reason. Now what is a cash outflow? You know, it is 20,000. Payback period means what? I have explained this, right? So if you haven't seen that, then first go watch that. Okay, in simple I'll say payback period means it is a period at which you will get the invested amount back. Okay, this cumulative value means up to 3 years you got your 19,000 amount. Okay, here look at this. After 3 years you got 19,000 amount. Actual invested amount is 20,000, right? Actual first you have invested 20,000. After 3 years you are getting only 19,000. Now how much is remaining? To find the remaining amount, you have to just subtract cash outflow minus this 19,000. Okay, you will get the remaining amount. How much? That is 1,000, right? This is the remaining amount. This I will be getting from the fourth year. Okay, this value I am getting from fourth year, but fourth year the cash inflows is 3,000, right? Here I want only 1,000. Now we have to find how much months it takes to get 1,000. Here fourth year means 12 months, right? You have to consider it as 1 year. 1 year how much? 12 months. For 12 months it is, we are getting 3,000 cash inflows, but actually we want 1,000 cash inflows, right? To see that, ensure that both the values match, right? How much invested and how much we are getting back. So that we have to see, right? Now 1,000 we want. Now we have to calculate for months, okay, right? For months. Now you are getting 3,000 rupees. Once again, you are getting rupees 3,000 for 1 year, right? Fourth year means for 1 year, that is 12 months. Okay, now we want rupees 1,000. How much months does it take to get 1,000? Okay, for this we are calculating. Now look at the calculation. You are just going to cross it. 12 into 1,000, okay, divided by 3,000. Now how much? 4 is the answer. Okay, this answer will be 4. Okay, just keep it at side. 4 months. Now we have to find what is the payback period. Okay, payback period will be, payback period is, for getting 19,000 amount you have taken 3 years. It got 3 years to get 19,000 back, and 4 months to get 1,000 amount. If we add 19,000 and 1,000, both will be equal to cash outflow, that is 20,000, right? So 3 years, 4 months is required. 3 years, 4 months is required. Okay, 3 years, I'll write the conclusion. 3 years, 4 months is required to get back the cash outflow. Okay, this is the conclusion you have to write. Let's solve question number 2. Okay, cash outflow is 56,125 and cash inflow is 14,000, 16,000, 18,000, 20,000 and 25,000. Calculate the PBP. Now cash inflow is 14,000 year 1, year 2, year 3, 20,000 for year 4 and year 5, 25,000. Okay, 5 years it has been given. Calculate the payback period. By looking at this, you have understood that it is uneven cash inflows, right? And cash outflow is 56,125. First, write the heading determination of payback period. Second, write the cash outflows. Given outflow is 56,125, right? Okay, then the cash inflows I have written it already: 14,000, 16,000, 18,000, 20,000 and 25,000. Now we have to take the cumulative value. How to take the cumulative value? But while taking the cumulative value, keep on looking at this. Okay, now 14,000, I will get 14,000 itself, right? When I add 14,000 and 16,000, I will get 30,000, right? Put this arrow, you will come to know easier. Okay, 14,000, 16,000, I will get 30,000. Now 30,000 and 18,000 I have to add now. I will get 48,000. Look at this properly. Okay, now when I add 48,000 and 20,000, I will get more than 56,125. See the total, 56,125 is the cash outflow. And look at this, 48,000 and plus 20,000. Okay, when I add 48,000 plus 20,000, I will get more than 56,125. So that is the reason we are stopping our calculation. Okay, just put a dash and keep. Okay, in both the years you have to stop until here. Okay, now by just looking at this, you have understood that to get 48,000 only, it takes 3 years. Actually, we require the amount of cash outflow itself, right? How much we have invested, how much we are getting back should be equal. Okay, so keeping at that, we have to solve. But here we got only 48,000 for in 3 years. Okay, now we want to find the remaining amount. The remaining amount we have to find, by subtraction. Okay, so outflow amount is 56,125 minus, for 3 years you got 48,000. Now we have to find the remaining amount. So remaining amount, if I subtract, I'll get 8,125. 8,125 is the remaining amount. Okay, now look at this table. In 4th year, okay, 4th year means 12 months. 4th year means 1 year, right? In 12 months, I'm getting 20,000, okay, as cash inflows. Okay, actually we want how much? 8,125. Actually we want 8,125, but in 4th year we are getting 20,000. Now we have to apportion in such a way that for 8,125 rupees, how much months does it require to give? Okay, now for calculating months, right here, for months, it takes 12 months. Okay, just put an arrow like this. It takes 12 months to give rupees 20,000. This 20,000. Okay, it takes 12 months to give 20,000. How much months does it require to give 8,125? Like this you have to write. Okay, now what to do? Cross multiply. Now we have to write 8,012 into 8,125 divided by 20,000. You got 4.875 months. Okay, you got 4.875 months. Okay, now this 4.875, this 0.875 can be further converted into in the form of days, right? Now this you got 3 years, okay, and this you got 4 months. 0.875 we are now converting it to days. Now how to convert into days? Okay, let's see. Write the heading here for days. Okay, 1 month, how many days? That you have to know. 1 month, 30 days, right? 1 month, 30 days. Here 0.875 months, how many days? You are going to apportion. 0.875 months, how many days? We are going to apportion it in this form. Okay, now we have to cross multiply. 30 into 0.875 divided by 1. Okay, so this will come up to 26.25 days. Okay, I'll write it here. 26.25 days. 6.25 days. Here we can further convert it into hours also, but that is not required. Okay, for our answer purpose, this much is enough. Look at this. Now we are going to find the payback period is equal to, for getting 48,000 it took 3 years, right? So write 3 years. Okay, now remaining 8,125 amount rupees, it took 4.875 months, but this 0.875 months you have already converted into days. Now this 4 months is remaining, right? This is right here, 4 months. Okay, 4 months, and this 0.875 months you have converted, this part you have converted, 0.875 months you have converted into days. So don't take that into consideration in months, just take 4 months. Okay, Now this 0.875 months, instead of that we are taking 26.875, sorry, 26.25 days. Okay, right, like this only. Okay, so this is the answer. Payback period is equal to, therefore it takes the same conclusion like earlier, 3 years. Therefore it takes 3 years, 4 months and 26.25 days to get back the invested amount. Now, a small concept remaining is accept reject decision under payback period method. Okay, now what is accept reject decision? By looking at the project, by solving payback period, you are going to get the years. Okay, by looking at that, you have to find whether we have to accept that project or we have to reject that project. That is the thing. Okay, now have given example of 3 projects, naming A, Project B and Project C. The payback period for Project A is 4 years, 2 months and 12 days. For Project B, payback period is 3 years and 4 months. For Project C, payback period is 3 years, 2 months and 12 days. Okay. Now, I have to find out which is the best project out of these 3. Okay. Now, how do I find out in payback period method? So, keep this in your mind. For payback period method, you have to select whichever is the least payback period. For payback period method, you have to select the least of the least value of payback period. Okay, least period, we can say least period. You have to select the least period. So here, now I have to find which is the least period. 4 months, 4 years, 2 months, 12 days is greater than this, right? So this you have to reject. When comparing project B and C, compare this. Okay, now you can see that 3 years, 4 months for project B, and for project C, 3 years, 2 months, 12 days. Which is greater? Project B is greater now, right? So you have to reject that. Payback period says that select the least period. Here, and these 2 are cancelled, the remaining is only this. This is least, right? 3 years, 2 months, 12 days. So the project C can be accepted. Okay, accepted. We'll write the conclusion. Project C is accepted. Project C is accepted. Accepted as it has the shortest payback period. Okay, hence project C will be selected. Okay, so this was about the accept reject decision. So this was all about uneven cash inflow case questions. Okay, if you were able to understand this video, then please give a like, subscribe this channel, give comments regarding how was my teaching, and if you have any doubts also, you are free to put your doubts in comment section. Thank you for watching. Okay, keep supporting. Bye bye.